What's going on, Giants fans? This is Cart from NY. I'm here with my co-host Cart, Big Cart. We're gonna be talking to you guys about the rumors going along with the Giants, as well as a couple quotes from Dave Gettelman's press conference
Plus, Joe Judge
and Joe
spoke,
Judge.
Today too.
Yeah. Also, I will have a video out as well after this video over the outside linebackers and middle linebackers. Be discussing what the Giants could do there. Mostly outside linebackers because the Giants at the middle linebackers seem to have the fit, but you never know. They may be looking at other things as well. But we're gonna go straight to the quotes from the Dave Gettleman press conference. So Dave Gettelman was asked about free agency, and he said, "We got good value, and we're very pleased with the group. As far as free agency goes, I really liked what the Giants did in free agency. They brought in guys who they trust and feel that will help prepare this team, especially going into the draft, as well as the future season, which hopefully we get to see the Giants play this year. So we'll have that to look forward to. But I like the signings. Like I've said, Bradbury was one of my favorites. Kyler Fackrell. I think Nate Ebner is going to help a lot in the special teams. It's going to be really interesting season. I like bringing back Cody Core and Corey Coleman as well. So there's a lot to look forward to in the Giants' upcoming season, especially what the Giants did in free agency.
Like Sean was saying, now, yesterday, Gettelman had a conference call with Kevin Abrams, the assistant general manager, and the New York media, New Jersey media. They asked him a lot of questions about the upcoming draft. Dave Gettelman says he's got his plan in place. Some of the reporters asked Kevin Abrams about the contracts. They're always asking him about that Leonard Williams contract. About why did they use the franchise tag instead of transitional tag? And they just said they felt very confident that Leonard Williams is going to sign the franchise tag and he's going to be there and ready to go when training camp starts. The media was grilling him on draft strategies and stuff, but Gettelman said he wasn't going to talk about it until Friday. I think this Friday he's going to have a press conference talking about their draft strategy. Now, the media, New York, New Jersey media is going to grill them about who they're going to pick, but Sean and I are both going to give our theories about who they're going to pick.
And we're going to talk about that later because there's actually a couple rumors that have been out from both press conferences, and we're going to get to that soon. But but like he said, we really don't at this point. I really don't know who the Giants are taking. I'm just going off of what I'm hearing on Twitter as well as Giants media off of their website. There's so much that we really don't know who the Giants are going to pick. We're hoping, especially the Giants, look at improving the offensive line, but we also need help on defense as well. But we just don't know what's going to happen. It could be either or. Giants could surprise us with a player that we don't know. I don't think it would be Derek Brown, obviously, but
I hope not.
There might be a player out there that they like better than all these tackles. We just don't know, so we'll have to see. But Gelman did also mention that they are going to need depth, especially in the tackle position, which is a big need for the Giants right now.
We don't need depth. We need
starting. They have to have a guy on the right side. If you ask me, do I see Cam Fleming being the starting right tackle next year? I don't see it. I see him being a rotational guy. If someone gets hurt, maybe something like that. But right now, I don't see him being that right tackle for the Giants. But Dave Gettleman was also asked on the pass rush, and he said, "We will see, or we'll just keep building it." And what that's meaning is they're not bringing in any more pass rushers. They're building from the draft. That's pretty much what we assume the Giants were going to do.
And that's the history of the Giants, too.
Yeah, the Marcus Golden thing was on the table, but I think the Giants were just thinking, it's best we move on. I think Joe Judge had a lot to say so in it, saying, hey, we need to build this team through the draft. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, when you have a new coach, guys, Giants fans out there, They're going to bring in their philosophy. Yes, they'll try. They want to keep some guys from the old regime, or like from the other coaching staff and stuff, the players that the GM picked and all that, and guys again. But then they want to bring in their own guys too with their own philosophy, and maybe Marcus Golden didn't fit their philosophy. You know what I mean? On defense, that Patrick Graham's going to have coming out there. So let's move. I guess they're moving forward now. They have their draft plan set up. I'm very confident, they're going to do well in this draft. Okay, there's a lot of good coaches in there. The Giants have done extensive homework on these players. They've talked to them through Zoom. It's not your traditional thing where they get to go to the pro days and watch the players and bring them in. Usually the NFL gives you 30 players that you can bring in, for the draft. But if they did all their homework, scouts been going to these games all season on the road and stuff. They have their reports, so I'm quite sure they gave them Dave Gettelman knows everything, Kevin Abrams, and all the other scouts and the coaching staff. So they should be really prepared.
Absolutely. Now this is another question Dan Solomon asked as well. Are the Giants in position to take best player available and draft based on free agency? Dave Gettleman responded by saying, "I think we've done a good job. It's not perfect. I'm pleased with where we are at going into the draft." I'm pleased with where the Giants are at too going into the draft. I think they filled the needs that they needed. They didn't give out any 5-year contracts, no 4-year contracts either. Anything was either 3 years, 2 years, or 1-year deal. So, and some of the 2-year deals are
bargaining agreement that was signed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said, and I think it was in 3 years, it's going to be a new contract with the TV contracts that the owners have and stuff. So there's going to be more money in the salary cap. It's going to be up.
Next year the salary cap's supposed to go up to 252. The year after that's supposed to be reaching up to the 290s potentially. So the players are going to have a lot of chances to make some big dollars. But it's all about if they prove them. So they still got to play good. If they don't play good, you're going to lose out. So you still got to make sure you're keeping your stuff fresh. Dave Gettleman conducting prospect interviews remotely. It's not great. It's not perfect. It's okay. It sucks. It really sucks not being able to see these players individual person at the facility physically. It sucks. You really want to get to know the player more. You really want to know his injury history as well. Because, for example, the perfect guy that it's really iffy where he's going to go in this draft is Tua Tagovailoa. A lot of teams wanted to view is he healthy enough? Is our team doctors checked him to see if he's healthy enough to be our franchise quarterback, for example? Things like that, a lot of teams look at when bringing a player in. You got to make sure, is he going to be healthy enough? His injury history, is it okay to, draft him at this spot? Because we want to know if we could go somewhere else, at that position. So it sucks not having that opportunity. But we'll have to see. Also, this is on Dave Gettleman and Leonard Williams. He said, really what it came down to was we felt good about our cap space. We felt for what Leonard Williams to the table. We felt for what Leonard Williams brings to the table, and for our team, it was more prudent to put the franchise tag on him. Now, Leonard Williams is a good player. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like the Giants could have made a different approach and went to the draft and got the same player through the draft. They could have had that opportunity. They could have went a different route, and they could have signed Everson Griffin, who probably would have been cheaper. Even though he's a little older, they probably would have been cheaper. Guarantee you that. The Giants had different options they could have went.
Because Leonard Williams, once again, guys, was going to be a free agent.
Yeah, and it was a waste of draft picks.
Why give up a third-round pick? And it's a high third-round pick.
And the Giants could have used those picks.
A high third-round pick that we gave up.
Yeah, because the Giants could have used those picks to move back into the first round if there was a guy that they liked, or they could have took another receiver early in the round that was falling from the second round. So I just think the whole trade, it was a fluke, but it's fine. I mean, the Giants are they gotta find a way. You know, you make mistakes, you gotta find a way to improve. That's the best way to look at it.
Yeah, and in the third round, we have to, after we make our second round pick, we have to wait till 96. The 96.
99, I
It's
think.
okay, I thought it was
Yeah,
a
I
96
think it's
six
99,
pick
yeah.
in the third round, where you would have been like the fourth, you would have the fourth
yeah.
pick in the third round. Now you have to wait. So they're going to have to try to see if they can make a deal where they can move probably to fifth or sixth. Now, John Gruden, I watched on NFL Network, it was Ian Rappaport and I think Mark Garofalo, heard that John Gruden said he's going to rep the draft. I don't know what he means by that, but he's got something up his sleeve.
I mean, they
This is
need a
what they're saying.
quarterback.
This is what they're saying.
They messed
You know,
up.
so we're going to see what happens. But the Giants, they can't go past 6 because this is a really, really, really good draft.
Well, the team that scares me the
Offensive
most
tackles.
is the teams that scare me the most. I'd say is Jacksonville and the Cardinals and the Panthers. Those 3 teams scare me the most. I really don't know. The Cardinals are going to be looking for offensive line.
they need
bad.
offensive line.
I think they're very high on Wirfs. And
Yes.
if you move back and you miss out on Wirfs, if that's your number one guy, that's not good. That's not what you want to do. Like trading back, I think even trading back out of the 5th spot, like just the top 5 picks are probably, you asked me, the most valuable picks. And if you're trading out of that, I feel like you're losing the opportunity to draft a guy that could be better than what you expected him to be, and you're just missing out on talent. Like we said, the top 5 picks usually are beasts, man.
Those are
coming out of
premier
college, they're
picks,
premium picks. So
Now-
you have to focus on that.
We know there's other guys in the top 10 who slid. Dan Marino, right?
Yeah.
1983. Aaron Rodgers, right? You know what I mean?
That was a late.
You know what I mean?
six.
Warren Sapp, because they put out some rumor that he was smoking weed. He dropped the late
And
in the
Tunzel,
first
too.
round. Laramie Tunzel too. So guys fall, but the Giants have to be ready. Because there's going to be teams out there aggressive because quarterbacks always get pushed up. The hot guy that's being pushed up is the Jordan Love quarterback out of Utah. So
There's teams that will be trading up
Utah
for him.
State. Excuse me. So they got to have their plan ready. Plan A, B, C, D, E. All right. They have to have all these scenarios.
I mean,
ready.
after today, we're 7 days away. Like we said, the Yannick Ngakoue thing is still on the
that's
table.
a possibility too, folks. Do not sleep on that.
If the Giants
Yannick
move to
Ngakoue.
9, it changes their draft strategy. They go in more offensive. If you ask me, if they trade for Yannick Ngakoue, I see them being more 100% side on offense than defense because they could use a guy like Isaiah Simmons. Don't get me wrong, but if you're going to trade for Yannick Ngakoue, you might as well just go offense.
Well, yeah,
in the
like
first
because
round.
if they make the switch and they move to 9, and Wirfs is gone and Willis is gone, you'll
got
still
Becton
have
and Thomas.
Thomas and Becton there.
Yeah.
All right?
So-
So those 2 tackles will still be there.
Yeah, I want to get to what Joe Judge said real quickly because he did have a press conference earlier today. So Joe Judge, I'm just going off of the things that I thought were more important. But Coach Judge said you always take the best player available in the draft because of long-term upside. There's no short-term fix. No one is a finished product. And every time I read this tweet, I've been reading this tweet a couple times today. Every time I read it, it has Isaiah Simmons written all over it. But there's rumors out, like we've talked about, that that's been on Twitter today. It's been a big thing that the Giants are pretty much really high on Jedrick Willis, and I like Willis. I have him right up there with Wirfs and Thomas. I used to be. It's weird with these offense linemen. They keep rotating. One's the top guy. The next one
everyone has their
just keeps
opinion
going.
on him.
But I mean, if you ask me today, just today, who the top what guys are, it's Wirfs, Willis, and then I'd say Thomas, and then Becton. They're all going to be good if you ask me. I still think they're all going to be good. But it's just based off of what's going on right now, what's being said. But I mean, for the Giants right now, if you put a gun to my head, I'm going to say it's either Isaiah Simmons or it's Wirfs or Willis. That's the three guys that I see.
I think guys, I think it's going to be worse. Now, people want to connect the dots like Joe Judge worked for Nick Saban in Alabama. So maybe there's a connection there. It's a possibility. But Alabama players, like their linemen, after a couple of years, they just haven't been doing well in the NFL. Tristan Wirfs comes from Iowa. Kurt Ferentz runs a great program there. He does a great job with offensive linemen and with tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
He's been coached really well. The guy's a freak athlete. He's smart. He's when he was in high school, he was an all-state wrestler. I mean, he even played basketball and in track. He threw the shot put in the disc, and he was all state in it. This guy is an incredible athlete. Now, people say guard. The reason why some of the people saying
because of
guard,
what they're hearing.
his body down low is so built and tough, like a guard, but his upper body is built like a tight end.
Built like a tight end tackle.
You know what I mean? So the guy's very athletic.
Yeah,
I
think
no character issues.
I think
he's the
guard
right
thing
player.
is a little overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, people don't give enough credit to offensive line from Iowa. Iowa puts out some really sneaky offensive linemen in the NFL. So I mean, you have to appreciate what the guy does. He's very. I mean, I think he's the most athletic one out of all of them. I mean, even his combine, impressed a lot of scouts. The guy ran in the 4.8s. That's insane for
He ran a 4.85. He had a
You
phenomenal
can't tell me that a guard. Usually, the tackles and the centers are the more athletic one. Usually, your center usually one of the best athletes on the offensive line, same as the tackle. So you can't tell me, he's going to be a guard just because of the way he's built. No, that's totally. I just see him at a tackle. I think he's going to be one of the best tackles in the next 10 years. If you look back from this draft, he will be one of those top 5 tackles.
Yeah, this is going to be a historic draft with tackles. I think a lot of them are good. Beckham, he's a
that guy said, I think he is right up there too. I like that.
The thing is, he might need a little bit more work, and there's also Josh
Jones. I'm not high on him. I'm more high on Austin Jackson.
And then there's Austin Jackson.
Austin Jackson, I think he's a little bit better.
But if you look at Josh Jones, he looks like the Incredible Hulk. He's just
that guy. He's built really good for a tackle.
Yeah. He may be need a little bit more work and stuff.
Yeah. Joe Judge also said the advantage goes to whoever is best prepared. He's talking about the team. Everyone has changes this offseason. So there's going to be a lot of don't be surprised. There's going to be a lot of changes in this Giants, especially the defensive side. There's going to be a lot of guys maybe switching position. Sometimes that stuff happens when you bring on a new coach. Like what they did with Julian Love last year. They moved him to free safety. I think he's better at the safety position than corner. But if you put him in the nickel, I think that also works out too. But a lot of guys, they're going to have to step up, especially this offseason, because it's Joe Judge's first year in there. He has high expectations for a lot of these players. And when you're young, you want to win with these guys young because of contracts and stuff like that. That's why the Giants, the best thing they could do is try their best to win, either if it's not this year, next year and the year after that. Because you got Saquon Barkley and you got Daniel Jones. It's time to get going, man. I mean, look what the Chiefs did, man. This is Patrick Mahomes' second year as a starting quarterback, and he won
to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna be, guys.
And they didn't have a great defense either. They had a phenomenal offense. Their offensive line, when they drafted Eric Fisher, what I mean? And they brought in other good offensive line.
Yeah, Schwartz,
Mitchell Schwartz. He's doing a great job. He did a great job for them. So they didn't have a great offensive line. They built a really good offensive line.
And it all had coaching, man.
Yeah, great quarterback, good coaching. And coaching has a lot to do with it, guys. I mean, I didn't think the Giants coaching staff did a really good job. last year. Maybe some people say that Pat Shermer didn't have really good coaches on his staff. That's a
Yeah,
possibility.
and I totally agree with that.
But
Especially
he didn't do a
defensive
good
side.
job either as the head coach himself. you know.
Yeah. Next quote out here. Joe Judge said, "You evaluate draft prospects not for what they have done in the past, but what they can do in the future." So it all goes back to what he said in his press conference during the when he first came to the Giants. So don't tell me what he can't do. Tell me what he can't do. And
exactly.
you just have to remember that. I mean, this guy, I have so much faith in him. I mean, you look at Shermer and McAdoo, they didn't speak to the media really well. This guy, I think that has a lot to do with why Giants fans really like this guy, is because he talks to the media so well, especially what he learned from Belichick and Saban. I mean, when you're under guys like that, you learn so much. It's actually unbelievable.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, it's awesome what this guy has already brought to, like, especially the energy and excitement he's already brought to this fan base. So there's going to be, and he also said the expectation is to come to work every day with the relentless effort and attitude and help improve this team to win. Being fundamentally sound, stuff like that. I mean, just be prepared. This is going to be an exciting season if it gets to happen.
Yeah, that's basically Bill Belichick's philosophy. You know what I mean? Do your job. And he's going to preach that to the players. He's going to preach that to the coaches. He's going to preach that to all the people in the front office. He had a meeting that was on Giants, Giants.com, the website, how he talked to everybody, even if it was the janitor, the people in the kitchen, the equipment managers, if it was somebody who was a parking attendant.
Exactly.
He spoke to all those people with John Mara, Dave Gettelman there. And he had his family there too. And he said, we're here for you. We want to hear from you. And we want you to be part of this.
What's a family type of
the
organization?
whole Giants organization.
Just like they had how the team was in 2007, that team was more of like a family than just a football team. So, next thing, this is the last thing I hear for Coach Judge on positional value in the draft. I think it only matters if how they fit in your system and can expand your system. He has that everyone has to have versatility. We're talking about words. We're talking about Isaiah Simmons, guys who show that they can be versatile on the field. So, I mean, every time I read this stuff, man, there's only those hit Willis as well. So those are the three guys I really have the Giants going at in the first round. I still think the Giants are going to trade up. I still have that philosophy in my head. Now, I say...
I thought guys should trade back, right?
No, I'm talking about in the second round or third round. If they get that opportunity.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can move to 6.
Now, if the Yannick Ngakoue situation happens, I think the Giants will move up again back in the first round. If there's a guy that they can get. No, I think if they do it, they'll find a way. I mean, they have the cap space; they'll be able to pull it off. But also, the cap is going up next year, so they're going to still have money. But it's going to be real exciting. It's going to be a very exciting draft.
Sean, when they talk about the versatility, we're talking about guys like Julian Love. Playing safety, or playing in the
being
slot.
able to play different positions.
Valentine, playing in the slot, or playing outside of one of the other guys.
Yeah, or Lorenzo Carter, guys like that.
Nick Yates, which he can play right tackle, he can play guard, and they even said he can play center.
Now, this is a big thing right now.
So
Nick Gates, Nick Gates is a big thing right now because there's been word out that maybe the Giants could put Nick Gates at center for the upcoming season. And I think I would be fine with that if it works out, but I still think you got to draft another guy. Tyler Biedes from Wisconsin. That's the guy I've been pretty high on. Cesar Ruiz, Cushenberry, you got Matt Hennessy. Those are the guys I have. I will be talking about them. Yeah, I'll be talking about them this upcoming week. We got, after today, I think it's, 7 or 8 days?
Yeah, and we're going to be on like every other day or something.
Every day we'll have something.
We got to, we just got to talk about, because this stuff is just going to change every day, The network's going to have their mock drafts on every day, and either Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, and Rappaport, Daniel Jeremiah, all these guys, Tom Pelissero and stuff. These guys are all going to be talking. Jeremy Fowler, Jacina Anderson, Diana Rossini, Kim Jones, all these reporters, network reporters and stuff. Sal Palantonio. You're going to hear all different versions from them. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on, guys. Also, I hope everyone is being safe. Do your social distancing, okay? Make sure you take your vitamin C, take any other medicine that you need to take to keep your body cleansed so you don't catch the coronavirus. Preach it out to your family and friends. Be safe. Make sure you're washing your hands constantly. You know what I mean? Keep yourself safe. It's real dangerous out there. We want everyone to be safe. We lost a lot of beautiful souls in this country, over 30,000 people, and it's terrible what this virus has done.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, stay tuned. I'm gonna post this video probably as soon as possible, and I think I will do the linebacker group tomorrow. I'll do the linebacker group tomorrow, as well as D lineman. I've already done my homework on the linebackers. I'll probably do my homework on the D lineman later tomorrow. So I'll post this and I'll post that video tomorrow. So you guys stay tuned. 2 videos coming out tomorrow, and podcast should be out tomorrow.
Like our videos, subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Please
so you
give
get
us
the
your feedback.
notifications.
Tell us what you think. We want to hear from you. I mean, this is a real exciting time. There's no other sporting events going on, but video game things, and there's something coming on with the Bulls. Yeah.
Now I think they will be coming out
golf
with
or
the
baseball, NBA.
Yeah, the Jordan documentary of the Bulls documentary comes out next Monday, so that'll be exciting to watch.
Gerard Nix will be on there losing.
But you guys stay tuned. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and hope you guys get lots of rest
safe.
tonight.
Take care of yourself, your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors. Okay, we need to stick together, guys, so we can beat this coronavirus.
And that'll do it all for us, Giants fans. Catch you guys later. Hope you guys stay blessed.
Go Giants.